And his pass.
I see Flacco goes week 1, starting, opening drive.
Season 2, Episode 5 of What the Football. My name is Jeremy Horwath.
And I'm Chance Gardner.
And today, it's a special week, Chance. It's a special week here for the Eagles as we have beat Dallas week. This Monday Night Football prime time. It's time to beat Dallas. How excited are you for this game and how you feeling today, Chance?
I think everybody in Philly is excited. Dallas, not so much. This is a bigger deal for us than it is for Dallas, it seems.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely does feel that way a little bit, but I don't really care because I am very excited.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be a game. We'll go over the preview a little in just a little bit, but we have to go over all of that. How that'll be towards the end of the show. We'll go over the preview to that game. But we just came off of a loss to the 49ers. A good team, I think, in both of our eyes. But again, we'll go over that in just a little bit. We'll go over how Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni were really doing, like our thoughts on their day. And just a little more stuff. Jordan Mailata, we got to go over. And we have our updated power rankings that will be at the end of the show that I know both of us are also excited about. But starting off, we have the Eagles versus 49ers. Now, we lost 17-11. Good game defensively, but that offense was struggling. And I know the Niners have a good defense and everything, but what were your full thoughts on just on the game in general? Like I'm very upset with the offense. I thought it was a little bit better. I know my predictions was that we were going to win by a touchdown, and maybe I got a little bit too excited for the game. Maybe we were a little bit too close, and it kind of settled me down a little bit because I'm usually the downer on the Eagles, and I got very excited. But they kind of show who they truly were a little bit. But what are your thoughts on that, Chance?
Going into it, I knew it was going to be a defensive heavy game, but I just didn't think it was going to be that much defense. I did not think the final score would be 17-11. I think it was, or something like that.
Yep, 17-11.
That was that was a boring game to watch.
It was boring.
We were trying to get our friend who's never watched a football game ever, to get into football, and that was the game that he was introduced to. It was
not a good time.
He's a lost cause now.
Yeah.
But I mean, I there are some facets of the game that impressed me. I'm surprised this Eagles defense did that well. I think we can take away that, hey, this defense is going to be top 15, possibly top 10.
I agree.
I mean, we're always going to lead the league in sacks, I feel like, and that's a huge, thing. Always want to be leading in sacks.
Yeah. We weren't really getting to Jimmy G that well.
Yeah, that is true.
But he also wasn't doing much.
Yeah, they were just really running the ball. I mean, we played well against it, and if you take that one touchdown away from Jimmy G, I mean, it seemed like a blown coverage.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody was covering. I don't know who it was.
Yeah.
Breaking on the in route. No, nobody was there, so that was pretty bad. But I mean, a loss is a loss, but I can feel well that I have the Niners as a contender, so it's
exactly. And as you'll see in my power rankings, I still have the Niners pretty damn high. Yeah. I still have the Niners high. I took a little bit away from them starting against the Eagles, but I still have them pretty high. If the Eagles can do something that good, that well against a team like this, I feel at least a little bit better. I hate losing, but just in general, it's whatever. I'm not too upset about losing to the Niners. But deep diving a little bit more into it, Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni. We'll get into Jalen Hurts first. We were hoping to see him try and carry this game, try and see what he's going to do against a good football team. We know when he faced the Falcons, he looked really good. When he faced the Niners, didn't look good really at all. But again, we're getting the same excuses we've been giving guys for years. The same guy for years. Receivers weren't really getting open that much. and his completion percentage was down to 52% last week on Sunday. He just, and that was kind of the issue that I had with Hurts, was that his completion percentage was low, didn't have the best accuracy. He had a lot of deep balls that he probably should have made, but he didn't. They're deep. I mean, it's hard for just anyone to make. But being an NFL quarterback, a lot of guys make them passes and make those plays, and Hurts just wasn't doing it. Could have just been an off week, maybe. Was it because they have really good pass rush and they were getting to him a lot and he was running a lot? Possibly that too. It's difficult. But what are your full thoughts on Hurts? I wish he made a couple of deep balls, man, but he was close. He was close.
Yeah, I mean, at least he's taking those shots and he's not afraid to push the ball down the field. I think he just needs to work on his connection with his receivers. I mean, especially Smith. I mean, it just looked like they were so close on a lot of those balls.
Yeah.
I know the one that he threw down the field, it was kind of just like a straight kind of post deal to Smith. I mean, it was just barely underthrown. And if he trusts Smith and throws that ball with a little bit more anticipation, I think that's possibly a touchdown.
Yeah, it could be.
So he needs to learn to really be like, hey, I know I don't have the strongest arm in the league. I have to predict these things. I have to anticipate in order to make these, big time throws. And I think, he'll get there, but
right. He has time.
Yeah.
He has time to do it. It's just that we all want it to be right now.
Yeah.
And it might not be right now. It could just be over a few weeks. He could just learn that it could be even next week. He might have gone up to Smith and been like, hey, I really should have had more trust in you. I know that you can do this. Like, this out of that. They have a good talk and everything. And then it could be fixed by next week. Who knows? It's something that he's just gonna have to be working on. And he will figure it out. He's a good player. But he definitely worried me a little bit. Hopefully he can figure it all fully out because we need it this Monday. I know that, I cannot wait for this Monday. But what else were kind of your worries on offense? The receivers weren't getting open. The offensive line wasn't doing very well. But again, it was against a really good front seven and amazing pass rush out of the 49ers. But what were kind of your thoughts on just the offense in general? I know our running game, we are second in we're second in the NFC in rushing, thanks to Jalen Hurts probably, because he's helping out on that. And we are third in the NFL. So the rushing attack might not be the biggest worry, but receivers aren't getting open. The O-line struggling against the Niners, not the biggest deal. What are your thoughts really on, like, are you worried about this offense in the long run, or do you think it was just because we were facing a good team?
Well, I'm a little worried because we lost Brandon Brooks for a few weeks at least.
You did.
So that worries me. And then Mailata had a foot, he just tweaked it or something. It was
a knee sprain, right?
A knee sprain, yeah.
It was a little knee sprain.
It's nothing major, but I mean, for Dallas, I mean, we might be saying that Andre Dillard's our left tackle.
He will be our left tackle. Dillard is not, or Mailata is not playing Sunday. Yeah, he's ruled out. Dillard is playing left tackle this Monday night.
I mean, it's not like he's going up against anybody like really good or whatever, DeMarcus Lawrence is out. So,
right.
But I mean, am I worried for this Eagles offensive line in the future? Not really. I mean, Landon Dickerson came into that right guard role and played pretty dang well.
Yeah, he played
so well. I'm not really worried about that. I mean, of course I love Brandon Brooks. He's my dude.
Yeah, he's your guy.
Dickerson stood in there. I mean, there are a few plays he got pushed back and it looked like he struggled a little bit, but I mean, it's the 49ers defensive line. I think he played pretty dang well for how he did. So no, I'm not worried.
Right. Okay. And what about the receivers?
The
49ers did not have a lot of good secondary. I mean, one of their best corners last week was Josh Norman.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about that. Like, we should have torched those
should
DBs.
have. I agree.
I think that's more on Sirianni's part though, because it just didn't seem like he was dialing up plays that were like counter to these wide receiver, these cornerbacks and whatnot. Like, I mean, I know Josh Norman, he got called for a pass interference. He's not that good. He's
not.
I think we should have been targeting him. We should have been, coming after whoever we could have in the short game. I know that they have really good linebackers and whatnot, but you can take a linebacker somewhat out of the play or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
Like there are ways to manipulate them, even though Fred Warner's that great. So You should have stuck to the short game more instead of like these weird long passes that had no shot.
Yeah, it's that's just not Jalen Hurts' way. You know what I mean? And I think you have to. The main part about play calling on an offense is you have to look at what the quarterback can do. And I know Sirianni is a lot smarter than us with this, and he knows what he's doing. But I don't really know what he was going for. He saw the deep ball didn't work a couple times, and he just kept on going for it and kept on going for it. So, I mean, I hopefully he'll fix it. He took all the blame in the interview after the game. Does that really? I don't really care about interviews.
You're supposed to take the blame.
Exactly.
If you're a coach.
So I'm not going to be here and be like, oh yes, you ran like you did. Like I don't really care if you're even if you are taking the blame. Yeah, fine. Then I'll blame you for this loss. I mean, we should have won that game. Very, very upset in the red zone. I am very upset with that.
That was terrible red zone offense.
91-yard pass to Quez Watkins. That man is a speed runner. He's a beast. I love Quez Watkins. Gets down within the 10-yard line, and we get 4 plays to score. Couldn't do it.
And we run a botched Philly special on one of them too. It's like
it was, and I saw things where it was like Greg Ward, like what was that pass? Like why are you throwing it away? And like, dude, it's a wide receiver. Shut up. Like I know we used to play college. We're not doing that.
Just run it. Just run it. That's all I care about.
It shouldn't have been the play. It shouldn't have been a play. It shouldn't have
been the play, but at least like, hey, this is what I have. I got to deal with it now. You know, even if I don't get the first down, maybe I can, I can get 2 yards and put them inside the 2 instead of on the 5 or whatever that it was.
Right. You know? No, I think it was really bad play calling. We struggled inside the red zone the entire time. I can't believe we lost 17-11. That is the most bizarre score.
Yeah, it is
very odd. Well, we got 11 because we got a 2-point conversion, right?
Yeah, we went for 2 for like no reason. It felt
like. We were talking about it. And we did not know why we went for 2. I forget because I think it was like wasn't it like 14. It was like 14 and I forget what it was.
I don't
know.
It
was a weird score.
It makes no sense to me.
Right, because you and me were talking about it during the game. We're like, why are they going for it again? Like, what is it? It wouldn't have helped with a field goal or anything. It just wouldn't have helped out like at all.
I mean, if we could have scored a touchdown there, then we would have been up, a point. But then
I guess
but if we didn't score that, that 2 point. Then it's a 3-possession game at the end, and we have or a 2-possession game. Sorry, and then you're screwed.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I'm not totally sure. Especially with how bad the red zone was. Of course, we get a 2-point conversion, but it's whatever. That's something that we definitely need to work on in the future. If you can't score in the red zone, you're going to struggle for a long time because we're not. The Eagles are not the type of team that where we're going to get 50-yard touchdowns a lot. It's just not going to happen a lot. So what we need is red zone offense and. They just didn't do it they just didn't do it last game. Hopefully they can fix it later on. We need this win against Dallas. It doesn't seem so hyped up. Like I'm usually a lot more excited about Eagles versus Cowboys game. I think it's kind of because like when I'm on Twitter, usually it's all beat Dallas, beat this, that, like everything about Dallas.
Yeah.
But right now I haven't been seeing a lot. I've been seeing a lot more Phillies stuff. I guess it's because they're in a postseason push and they're trying to go for it. But the Eagles still need some love, man. Like you gotta. This is a big week. This is a huge week inside Dallas. Usually we win at home and they win at home, so we need to take. We need to take
steal this.
Yeah, we need to steal this road game. Maybe change my power rankings up a little bit. Maybe I can get the Eagles above the Cowboys because it pains me every time I can't do it.
I know.
It pains me. And the only reason why is because of their elite wide receiving core. That is the only reason why.
CeeDee Lamb should have been an Eagle, but that's beside the point.
Yeah, they did it on. They didn't even need him. Like it was such an a-hole move. You know what I mean? We should have took Micah Parsons from him. That's what we should have done. Actually, we probably we didn't steal Devontae Smith. I don't know why I thought we drafted a corner.
We stole Devontae Smith from the Giants.
Yeah. Screw the Giants. Worst team in the division. But something that is really going to take away from this Monday is an injury that we already brought up a little bit. And we're hoping it's just a 1-week injury and he'll be back, but they still don't know how long it's going to be for. We hope that he's back right away because it could be a huge impact, and that is the Jordan Mailata injury. Now, he has some sort of knee sprain. I believe it's a knee sprain. He's going to be out this Monday night. Huge. Andre Dillard is filling in. I'm a little bit excited to see Dillard play. I'm not excited to miss Jordan Mailata play because I could be watching the game and just keep my eyes on him and see the blocks that he makes. This guy is incredible. I love Jordan Mailata. He is a beast. I'm fully on the Mailata bandwagon. It's fine. It's fine. But I'm excited to see what Dillard can do. Maybe he can get some draft stock up, or not draft stock, some trade stock up. Maybe we can try and fit in a trade. If he plays well, we can trade him, or we can see even more of his true colors. Coming back from injury from last year and from the preseason, man, we love injuries over here. So we'll see how Dillard does. How much of an impact is this really going to make? This is our left tackle. This is Jalen Hurts' blind side. Are you worried about having Mailata out, and how? I know you are worried, but how worried are you for the ongoing future?
Well, I mean, given the fact that we don't know the full extent of this injury, we don't know if it's going to be a multi-week long injury or if he's just out for this Dallas game. I mean, it sucks that he's out for the Dallas game, but I mean, who's he going to be going up against? All the Dallas pass rushers are out. Yeah. And I think Micah Parsons is lined up against Lane Johnson. So
he'll probably move back and forth.
Yeah, that's what I imagine. And I don't think Micah Parsons is going to. I mean, he might get a sack on Dillard.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked.
So, yeah, it's not. But I mean, one sack. I mean, Dillard should be able to win in the run game at least.
Right.
At least with Samalu helping. Double team and climb up to the second level. I kind of am excited for Dillard to play just for the sole purpose of getting his trade value up.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you there.
Kind of bump him from hey, we might be able to trade him for a 6th to maybe a 5th.
Yeah. I love it. Something else I want to see out of this team too, and it feels like I've been saying this forever because Doug Peterson had a problem with running the ball, but I want to see Miles Sanders get 20 plus carries a day. I need to see that. I'm tired of Miles Sanders getting 13 carries and still getting 70 yards. He's putting in the work. You can see that it's working and you don't continue to do it. I kind of get it last week because we were down. You still got to find a way to do it. When you get the run game going, then when you pass it, it opens up the passing game. And man, we're a really good running team. The offensive line is built to run the ball. They're good in pass protection, but they are built to run the ball. Jason Kelce will run directly next to Miles Sanders for 20 yards to keep on blocking, because that man's an absolute stud. Brandon Brooks is an amazing run blocker. When Dillard's in, he's a good run blocker. Jordan Mailata can block anything. That man's just a freaking bust. And Mailata is also a better run blocker than he is a pass blocker. Now, we are still good. We're still a pretty good pass blocking team. When we run the ball, this offensive line knows what they're doing, and they're damn good at it. So that's something that I need to see a lot more of. Come out and in most drives, start with the run. It doesn't matter. Even if they know it's coming, I have faith in this team.
Yeah.
Just do it. It opens up the passing game. It opens up play action. Jalen Hurts has got to be good at play. He should be able to fit well into play action. He's a fast guy. There's no reason that he can't fake hand it off to Miles Sanders and just run around like that. That's what Jalen Hurts can do. That's what makes Kyler Murray so good. Also, that DeAndre Hopkins is open down the field 50 yards every damn play. But stuff like that, that's something that we need to see out of this team. We need to be able to see the run game in so we can get the play action going. Guys will find a way to get open again in play action. You know what I mean?
They always do, yeah. Especially Smith.
Exactly. Except for the really good linebackers. Linebackers are going to hesitate a little bit against Jalen Hurts. When you see Lamar Jackson with the ball, the reason why Lamar Jackson can actually be pretty good in the passing game is because they don't know if he's gonna run it at any second. So when he hikes the ball, the linebackers have a huge hesitation. They'll take a second or two and wait and see what's happening. No matter how good you are, that's going to happen with Lamar Jackson. Jalen Hurts is starting to get that a little bit. If Jalen Hurts can get some hesitation from the linebackers, if he's going to run the ball, that can get guys open. Now, when the linebacker is supposed to be on against the tight end and Goddard can, get his way around the field, just get open real quick on a quick move, dump it off quick, because the linebackers are going to have some hesitation against Hurts. The more he runs it, the more likely they will have hesitation. So I'm hoping that is what's going to happen. Once we run the ball too, that helps too. That's what makes the passing game open. That can make Jalen Hurts so much more effective. So that's something that I need to see. That's something that Sirianni needs to run.
Yeah. And another thing I forgot to mention against Hurts, I watched a little bit of his film, but he needs to learn to take the easy pass.
Yeah.
I remember seeing one, it was a play action boot rollout to the left.
Oh,
and Yeah,
Brian
and
Westbrook posted it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep. I know what you're talking about.
And Goddard was right open in the flat. Just check it down to Goddard, make that throw, get the first down. Instead, he amps it up, throws it, like a 20 extra yards down the field to Devonta Smith, and the pass is broken up because he can't fit that ball in there. He doesn't have really the arm strength to make that happen.
Yeah.
Just take what's in front of you, please.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all you need to do. Take what the defense gives you, make it work.
We've had this same problem for years at quarterback, where they're becoming a little bit more similar than we thought. Again, Hurts is young, second year. I don't want to keep on using that excuse because, like, you're in the big leagues now. Like,
people are winning MVPs their sophomore year.
Exactly. So, we're gonna need Hurts to do a little better than that. He needs to know to dump it off. Can't be playing hero ball. You know who else playing hero ball that I love that really struggled last week?
Wentz.
Zach Wilson.
And Wilson, yeah.
No, Wentz actually had a good day. I know he had a couple plays where it was a little bit struggling.
He threw a shovel pass right to a linebacker.
Okay, but he still had a good day, and they lost by 3 against a really good team. Okay, so I'm going to stick up for him a little bit.
Okay, right? I will.
Right. Who did they play? I know they played a good team. They played
the Rams. Yeah, they played the Rams. Both
your best damn team in the league.
Teams, I think,
your first overall team, and they lost by 3. All right. I am happy with how they played.
Yeah, keep in mind they had a blocked punt for a touchdown.
They're a team. I'm not talking about Carson Wentz this time. I'm talking about the team.
Okay.
All right. Colts are a good team, and you'll see that in my power rankings. We'll get to that later again. Okay. But as I was saying, what was I saying now? You interrupted me. All right.
You're talking about Zach Wilson and turnovers.
Yeah, Zach Wilson with his 4 interceptions, and 3 of them were his fault.
3. Oh, wow. The fourth one wasn't his fault. Oh, no.
It doesn't make him sound any better. All right. No, but Jalen Hurts is not at that level where he's going to throw 4 interceptions in a game. God, I hope he doesn't come into that at all. I never want to see that.
Has he thrown an interception this season? I don't think so.
No. I feel like our receivers are playing DBs, though.
I mean...
I see Devontae Smith swatting balls like a defensive back. That's what I'm seeing. There probably should be some pick. Yeah, you got nothing to say about that one.
No, I really don't.
It's all right, though. It's all right. He faced the 49ers. They're a really good team. Again, their secondary sucks, whatever. We also don't have the best receivers. We have Devontae Smith, Jalen Reagor. Oh, man, that's what killed me. That Jalen Reagor, that was a touchdown, but he had 1 foot out of bounds, barely. Remember that play?
Oh, yeah.
And he was down the sideline. He just stepped down and got a touchdown. Dude. Oh, man. But the thing is that the corner didn't see Jalen Reagor run out of bounds and then step away. Jalen Reagor got open on that play.
It was just a small, minor, mistake. I mean, even Antonio Brown did that. Let's not say that snow game back in 2015. It happens.
It's gonna happen. You have to be such there's a sliver of a line. If you're even a little bit on that line, they're gonna call it. And he was not out by. It's not like he had 3 steps out of bounds and ran inside. Like he had. He had slight bit of his toe touch the line. So I'm not going to be mad at Jalen Reagor for that. I'm more happy that he got open. We didn't score, whatever. But now I'm seeing that he's getting open on these deep balls. We didn't see that once last year.
Nope.
And he's already done it a couple times this year in just 2 games. Jalen Reagor is improving. It's his time now. He's a wide receiver too. That's cut clear. Devontae Smith's an absolute beast. I know he was a little bit non-existent last week, but Jalen Reagor, I'm actually pretty happy with him so far. I'm hoping he just keeps on going, keeps on getting better, getting open on these deep balls, because that's what we got him for. We got him for the deep balls. We have Devontae Smith for the good route running now and getting them nice grabs. Dallas Goedert. These guys just need to put it together. So to put everything together and Hurts a little bit better decision making, and I'll be a lot more happy with this team because I'm really happy with the run now. But I think that's going to be everything that looking back into that Niners game. Now, woo! Beat Dallas week, baby. Eagles versus Cowboys preview. It's going to be, I don't even know what to really say. I don't have very high expectations for the game in general. I have high expectations for the Eagles. I think we should be tearing apart this defense. This is a really, 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 really bad defense on every aspect of the field. There's not any player. I'm not even worried about Jalen Smith. I'm not worried about these guys. I'm not worried about one player on this defense right now, especially since DeMarcus Lawrence is out. We should be destroying this team in every way against the run, against the pass. That's just how it should be all day. Now, I like our defense, but their offense is really good. If they start using Zeke more, it's
we're in
gonna worry me.
danger.
It's gonna worry me because they're gonna have a good passing game regardless. It doesn't matter. They will. Even if Slay should be able to be pretty decent against Amari Cooper, because Slay really only struggles against big body guys like DK Metcalf.
Yeah.
And Amari Cooper is just a good route runner and gets open. And that's kind of what Darius Slay is good against. So if we keep Darius Slay and he locks up Amari Cooper, and then we just have to find a way to get around CeeDee Lamb. Michael Gallup, I believe, is not playing Monday night.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I'm pretty sure Gallup's not playing Monday night, which is really big for us because that would be the deep threat that's probably going to destroy us all day. But now we really have to focus on if Darius Slay can lock up Amari, that is an elite receiver taken out. And if we can figure out a way to stop CeeDee Lamb, that's going to be our thing.
CeeDee Lamb, if you have CeeDee Lamb in your fantasy, I mean, he's the guy. Like, hey,
start him.
Yeah, start him. You got it.
Start him right away.
There's no way he goes under 100 yards.
No, CeeDee Lamb. I think CeeDee Lamb is gonna have a great day. Dak Prescott. I hate to say it, but in my family league that is put on the most. That's the biggest prize. Dak Prescott's my starting quarterback.
He's elite now, man.
Well, I mean, with the team he has, how could you not?
I can make a good point.
Yeah, you can still see a lot of flaws in Dak Prescott's game. I've looked into it more. There's no reason that he shouldn't have gotten a lot more points against the Chargers on Sunday. Should not have been a 20-17 game. That should have been an offensive powered game on both sides.
No, really Chargers defense is good, man.
No, I know, but it's the receivers he has and everything. You should be able to find a way.
That's very true.
All you have to say is the receivers. That receiving core is insane. When you have Amari, when Gallup's playing, CeeDee Lamb's playing. I even like their tight ends. Was it Dalton Schultz?
Dalton Schultz, yeah.
Schultz is not bad, and neither is Blake Jarwin. They're really not that bad.
Yeah, they complement each other pretty well.
And they still have Zeke. I know Zeke's not the same player he was. He's not.
I mean, but it is still Zeke.
It's still Ezekiel Elliott. Okay, he's still a pretty good running back. All right, so he has that offense. That is going to be my big worry. But something that when I say that keys to the game, I think something that we're going to have to focus on, if we can stop the run, if we can make sure Zeke is doing anything and we put all the pressure on Dak, now he's done it before and he could probably do it again, but put all the pressure on Dak, have him have to pass the ball 50 to 60 times on Monday. I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? As long as we can keep on putting up points on our offensive side, and Jalen Hurts can have a good day, if we actually run the football, because we should be able to run all over this Dallas defense. If we can get Miles in there a lot, getting a lot of rushes, getting these long rushes, it's going to work out really well. And I could see us winning this game. Chance, what are your kind of keys to the game?
Well, I mean, obviously you have to keep an eye on the on Micah Parsons. I think, he's either going to be, boom or bust against Andre Dillard. I mean, I think Lane Johnson's going to lock him down, but if they put him on Dillard, I mean, that could potentially be a mismatch.
Mm-hmm.
And that, not too much to worry about, but on defense, I mean, we really have, we got to watch this D-line, and hopefully they can come in and just tee off on Dak. I mean, if we force this game into like a high passing game, that's where our defensive line comes in, because it's like, hey, this is a passing situation. Let's, bring out the best pass rush moves that we have, and let's go to town. And that, I think, I mean, when we knew Matt Ryan was throwing the ball, I mean, it was just sack, pressure, hit, right? So that we have to make that, we have to get there pretty early.
Yeah.
In this game, we have to shoot out quick against this Cowboys team. Or else it's just going to spiral out of control. If Dallas takes the early lead, it's going to be a nightmare.
And I completely agree with that. What is your score prediction going into this Monday night? This Monday night primetime game. Everyone's going to be tuning in. Everyone can see Jalen Hurts play. What are your thoughts? What's your score prediction?
I always feel like I go a little too high with my scores, but I'm gonna keep to it. I'm gonna say 35-31 Eagles.
Okay.
I think if there's any week that we're gonna beat Dallas, any shot, it's this week.
I'm staying positive right now. I know that I was very high on the Eagles last week over the 49ers, but We only lost by 6 to the Niners. I don't want to keep on using that excuse because I hated on Dallas fans when they kept on saying, but we lost to the Super Bowl champs by however much. Yeah. I'm not going to do that. But I do feel a little bit better that we didn't get totally blown out by the Niners. So my score prediction is going to be probably right around there. We're not going to win. If we win, it's not going to be by a lot. But I am going to say an Eagles win. I will never say Dallas is going to beat the Eagles on this show. I never am going to say that. I never want to say that. So I think a pretty good score prediction. I think that the Cowboys will get 30 points because they do it a lot. I don't think that we're going to stop them from getting 30, but I think that we're going to score a lot on this defense. So what you said 35, 31, I'm going to say 34, 31 because it's more like, because I don't know why. I think we're going to win by a field goal, and I think the Cowboys are going to score right around 31 points. But if it's going to be a low scoring game, if we hold the Cowboys to under 30 points, I think it's a win. A stat that I said, I think it was a couple shows ago, the Cowboys, when they score less than 30 points, they over the past couple of years, I know it was 17 games, or the last 17 games, they were 0-17. So I'm pretty damn sure that if we hold the Cowboys under 30 points, we're going to win. Do I think it's going to happen? Probably not. They're probably going to score around 31, or they could score even more, and I wouldn't be that surprised. But I have the Eagles winning by a field goal. I would say 34-31. It's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be a great
Monday. It should be a good game. It shouldn't be anything like the Niners game.
No,
it should be an interesting to watch game.
Well, wouldn't you have thought that Chargers-Cowboys game was going to be good too? Like, I can't believe I can't believe I said we as the Cowboys. Wow, that hurts me. That hurts me. Can you believe the Cowboys held Justin Herbert to just 17 points? I don't know how that happened.
That's ridiculous. It just seemed like their wide receivers weren't getting open. It was wild. There was one interception I think Justin Herbert threw. He might have thrown multiple, but the one that I saw, he had a crossing route and the guy was open. But I think it was Keenan Allen, and Keenan Allen's so dang slow that Trayvon Diggs just ran up and, picked it off. It was like, dude.
Yeah, that was early in the game, right?
Yeah, it was early.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember watching that over
what the heck?
Yeah, it's nuts, man. I want to beat Dallas so bad. There's so much going on in Philly sports right now. Eagles season's still starting up. Phillies are only 2 games back. It's nuts. I don't know what's going on. Phillies need to make this playoffs because we need to see a red October. Sixers situation with Ben Simmons. That is an entire show. I know you're not big into basketball, Chance, but it is worse than the Carson Wentz situation right now.
Is it now?
Oh, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. So much is going on in Philly sports. But I think an Eagles over Cowboys win would make a lot of people feel better. I think it'd make a lot of people feel better. It'll be a nice Monday night game. It always makes
me feel better.
It always does. It always does. The one time it happens a year, because we just can't get the damn sweep. So I cannot wait for that. Anything else you have going into this Eagles-Cowboys game before we get into these power rankings?
I think we touched base on everything.
I think we did too. We got our score predictions. We're legit 1 point. We have the same prediction. Eagles are going to win by 3 or 4 points, just barely beat the Cowboys. It's going to be a great game. But going into the power rankings, this is pretty much how we're going to end most shows. We are going to be talking about it for a little bit too, because Chance, amazing with the graphics over here. I'll pull it up right now. This is our power rankings. On the left side is Jeremy's power rankings, which is myself, and Chance is over on the other side. A lot of switching up for me. I feel like almost every damn team switched for me. You can see how Chance added the changes that happened with +1 to the Browns for me, +1 to the Packers, everything like that. Amazing job by Chance. Graphic is looking fantastic.
Thank you.
But everyone put in their thoughts. Comment down below what you agree with, what you don't agree with. A lot to just go over, but we'll get straight into it real quick. As you can see on my side, I still have the Rams at number 1. Chiefs dropped, or not even still. That's my bad. The Rams are moved up to number 1. They beat the Colts by 3, even though there's a Carson Wentz injury. Still going to put the Rams that high. They are a damn good football team in every aspect of the game. I moved the Chiefs down. Only one. And I think that's fair. It was a great game against Baltimore. Lamar Jackson he just ran the damn ball. He just did really good. So the Chiefs got moved down a little bit. Number 3, we got the Bucks. I think that is just a 1, 2, 3. Both of us have them 3 guys in the 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
Even our fourth is the same, just in a little bit different order. We just have the Chiefs and Bucks switched up a little bit, but we're just, man, a lot of stuff changed for both of us. You have the Cardinals pretty high though. I
love
kind
the
of
Cardinals.
I also do like the Cardinals. As you can see, they moved up +5 for me. They went from 12 to 7 for me. But going a little bit more, you have the Cardinals as now a top 5 team. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't think it's as much on the Cardinals as it is, I just don't like the Packers this year. I don't like the Packers. I don't like the Seahawks, all that much. But the Cardinals, I mean, Kyler Murray is just, my God, is he good?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Him and DeAndre Hopkins is just a sight to behold.
An amazing duo.
I mean, Kyler just can scramble for ages. And if, there's no way that D Hops isn't going to get open with like 10 seconds,
Yeah.
He makes it happen. So I love that team. And their defense is playing pretty good. Zaven Collins and Isaiah Simmons is coming into his own now. I mean, that's what they were really lacking. I mean, I know their DBs aren't that good, but they have a good slot in Byron Murphy. He's pretty good for, cornerbacks.
Yeah.
That pass rush is pretty nice though.
It is.
It's after you.
They're
Chandler Jones is a freak. And
okay.
Him and JJ just blow up the run too. So
nice. When I look at both of our list, we both have the Panthers going up quite a bit. You have the Panthers moving up only +5, but for both of our what is it? The most trending up for both of us. I had the Panthers move up 10 spots.
That's insane.
I think you got to respect that they're 3-0 now. I know they haven't faced the best teams, but Sam Darnold's honestly a problem in this league right now. Sam Darnold's good, and I think that the Jets really made him look bad. He has a good offensive line around him. They have an amazing defense over there. CMC's there. They have Robbie Anderson and DJ Moore. That team is really good. As long as Sam Darnold puts it fully together, I wouldn't be surprised if the Panthers keep on moving up in this list.
Well, CMC is injured now, so
right now he is
a little bit.
But when he's back, when that's all figured out, I don't even know how much of an injury it is.
It's a multi-week injury.
Is it? I'm still gonna put the Panthers up there.
Oh yeah,
they still looked pretty good. I know. Again, it was against the Texans. I have them 30th. You have them 28th. I'll take that from you. The 28th best team in the league they beat. But it was from the rip. You just saw it happening. They won 24-9 like it was nothing. Sam Darnold with a couple rushing touchdowns, I believe. Sam Darnold was looking good. I've always been a big Sam Darnold guy. I know, haven't you also been a Sam Darnold guy?
I've been a huge Sam Darnold. I fully believe that the Jets should have stuck with Sam Darnold.
I think they're the same player that they got over there. I'm not surprised. I just think that you just have to. I just think that you now have to. The same way you built up on Sam Darnold, you do the same thing with Zach Wilson. Sam Darnold had the same exact issues that Zach Wilson had year one. He played hero ball. So Sam Darnold still plays hero ball. Even over in Carolina, he's going to be. He's
true.
Yeah, so that's kind of what's going to happen. But my biggest one was the Panthers. And for you, what I'm noticing is the Broncos. You're finally hopping on my bandwagon that I started. I had the Broncos up high. I even moved them down one spot, but that's just because the Panthers, all right? But you have the Broncos +8.
Yeah, I'm really surprised at how well Bridgewater's been playing.
Right?
I wasn't gonna base it off of one game. It's Teddy Bridgewater. I mean, the last few years he's been, a backup. So I needed to see it, and he's, dang it, if he doesn't, turn over the ball. That's what you need with that offense.
Yeah.
Let your guys make the plays. I mean, Jerry Jeudy's a freak. He's one of the best route runners in the league, and he's only year 2. So, just give him the ball, short game, make a guy miss. Noah Fant's awesome. He's going to, break tackles.
Something else I need to ask you real quick, though. I actually just noticed on your list. You moved them up +7 spots. Tennessee Titans are the 12th best team in the league.
Yeah. Just look at it. I think the Titans are better than the Patriots. Not by much. Not by much, okay? I still need to see a little bit more out of Mac. But, the Titans, let's not forget, they were a playoff team last year.
No, I know. I understand that. They also lost a lot of guys in their defense.
They did lose a lot of guys.
They have a terrible defense. That's something that I will, I'll have a big disagreement with you on is the Titans. As you can see, I have the dude,
Titans.
what is happening? I have the Titans at the number 20 spot.
You're really low on them.
I've
really
been low on them.
The Colts.
I am no, and that's the thing. That's something that we can agree to disagree on. I have the Colts at number 11. You have the Colts over. Yeah, it's kind of like the same thing. I have them at 11, and you have them at 19. You have the Titans at 12, and 12, right? Yeah, 12, yeah. And I have them at 20. I don't believe in their defense at all whatsoever. I think the Titans defense is really bad. They have a good receiving core, yet Ryan Tannehill is struggling under pressure right now. And, obviously Derrick Henry does Derrick Henry things. I can't really, put that past. Derrick Henry's an absolute stud. Had an amazing day last Sunday. But I can't believe you have him at 12, though. I feel like you do that just to see a reaction out of me, because that's very high. To say that better than the Patriots, I think that one's a little bit closer. But I can't put them over the Chargers. I just can't do that. Or the Broncos.
The Chargers couldn't put any points up on the Cowboys. Yeah.
Well, you could also say the Packers didn't put any points up against the Saints, but look what they did next week against the Lions.
It's the Lions. It's the friggin' Lions.
You still have the Packers at number 6, though.
I know, but it's still it's difficult because it's still the Packers.
It's hard.
They went to the championship.
It's hard. It's very hard to make power rankings. Anyone that's watching, if you ever actually tried to make power rankings, it is very difficult about what
stupidly difficult.
Yeah, you have to make big decisions, and you're gonna get judged on live by me. We're gonna judge each other. Yeah, what are some problems you have with my list? By the way,
the Colts are my biggest problem with you.
Colts. That's all right. I've been a Colt, I'm trying to take bias out of it because you know how much I love Wentz. This team's good, okay? I know they have their offensive line is banged up right now. When they're all healthy, Quentin Nelson isn't even playing. When they're playing, they're going to be a lot better. Their defense
played against Aaron Donald.
What?
Quentin was there for the Rams game.
Was he? Okay,
yeah.
Well, they still have a banged up offensive line. They have a couple injuries on the offensive line right now. I know that for sure. So they're gonna come back and they're gonna be better. Don't even say your availability is.
I'm not even gonna go there. Okay. I'm gonna ask you this: what do the Colts do well?
Honestly, they are a good average team. That's why they're
not average team at the number 11 spot.
They're average at every spot. They just faced both of our number. And I know you don't like it when I say, if I came over to you and I said, so you think the Ravens are going to beat the Niners? You could be like, no, I just think the Ravens are a better team. I still think the Niners would win, something like that. But still, this is close. The Colts lost to our number 1 ranked team, our best team in the league. They are amazing at everything by a field goal, and their starting quarterback was taken out. And you know who came into play? Do you know who it was? No.
Wasn't Jacob Eason?
Brett Hundley.
No way.
Yes, it was. Brett Hundley played the rest of that game, and if Wentz doesn't play this Sunday, Hundley is most likely going to be the starter. He's getting first team reps. Don't know why. I don't know why. But
that's wild.
Dude, they lost to the best team. It doesn't matter. When you want to say, there was a blocked punt. Special teams has everything to do. You need to have a good special teams to keep on winning games. You can't have a terrible that can cause so many issues.
It's a fluke. It's not like it
doesn't. 3 points can't be a fluke of an entire game. It doesn't happen. It's not just
okay.
A
fluke. They got points immediately after an interception. That was just the only reason Matt Stafford threw that interception was because it got tipped at the line of scrimmage. That was just a really great defensive play. Justin Houston got his hand up. It's not. It's a fluke. How many times do you see defensive linemen bat a ball?
You could say the same thing, like, the quarterback made a bad pass and then they took advantage of it. You say the same thing if it happened to the Eagles. You'd be like, Brendan Graham made that play. Like, oh my God, like that's the reason why we won. Okay.
How many times did the Colts get stopped in the red zone too, though? They cannot score in the red zone, and that was your big deal with the Eagles too.
And it is the big deal.
Wentz threw the stupidest interception I've seen him throw in a long time.
I know, and that is their issues right now. But I do, I'm not gonna keep on taking it away. They lost to the best team by 3 points. The best.
And the Cowboys lost to the Buccaneers by how many points or whatever?
Yes, I know, but they have you're really getting me right now. Their defense is even worse than the Colts, okay? Like a lot worse than the Colts. And I know that I have them. Yeah, okay. But The Colts, I'm telling you, once their offensive line is figured out, if Wentz actually stayed healthy, they could be even better. Wentz is still good. I know he made that bad play, and you're going to keep on looking back at that. But Wentz had a lot of really good plays, too. He had a lot of good plays.
He always does. But
and he played well.
Yes,
he had that one bad play. And then that one time when he sprained his ankle, the first time, I don't even know which time, second time.
He sprained both ankles on one play.
Was it? I thought it was two separate plays. I thought he came back in and he sprained it. He sprained it on both. Okay, yeah.
I'm pretty sure he sprained it on both.
Whenever it happened, that one play when he was getting down and he threw it, wasn't intercepted, probably could have been, because he just threw it right in front of him. I don't know.
Threw it. He just
he has his issues, but this Colts team, the way that I just power rankings, we do it different. I'm going to say who I think is going to beat them. Like, I think the Colts would beat the Chargers. Right now, I know I took the Saints down a good bit. You took them down. You took them down -6. I had them -4. I still think the Colts would beat the Saints. I think they could beat the Panthers. I think that the Colts are just a good team that once they have it fully figured out, they have an amazing head coach, they have an amazing GM, and they have a good quarterback. They're going to put it all together. Kwity Paye is just starting off his career. I legit think that the Colts are just missing out on being a top 10 team, and they're 0-2. I have an 0-2 team at 11.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It probably is a little bit crazy. And we also have the Bills, who have looked entirely terrible, and Josh Allen has looked awful so far at our number 8 spot. He's looked terrible. Josh Allen has looked bad. Will he figure it out?
Put the Colts over the Bills then?
No, I wouldn't, because Josh Allen's going to figure it out. The Colts are going to figure it out. I'm being high on the Colts early because you know how damn good I'm going to look in a solid couple weeks when they're going to be an amazing team.
I can't wait till we get their top 10 draft pick in the first round.
Right. You're nuts for that. You're nuts. You think getting a top 10 pick. But Wentz is back practicing right now, fully in all drills and everything. So he actually could be back by Sunday against your number 12 ranked team, the Titans. So
I mean, that should be an interesting game.
Yeah, nice divisional game. As long as Wentz is in, it could be a good game. But if Brett Hundley's in, it's Titans all day.
Is that a 1 p.m. game or?
I'm not positive, but
I gotta watch that.
We'll watch it for sure. I know that Eagles aren't on Sunday, so we can go all over the league. We'll be figuring all that out. But something else, just because of the home pick, you have the Eagles at 22, which was -7. I have the Eagles at 24. I don't think I had them at -9 because I had them. I think we might have mixed that up a little bit because I did have them around like the 20 to 22 range. I think I had them, but they moved on a couple spots. I think you might have looked at your list and then went back, but whatever. Eagles moved down just a little bit for me as well. I guess that's kind of just where we're at. It sucks we have them at this point. They can get moved up. I mean, I'll move them over the Cowboys if they win this Sunday. I'll take that.
Yeah, I would do it too.
Wow, you have Cowboys at 15. Wow,
dude,
did not know that.
Yeah, look at their offense.
No. Points. I'm not mad at you. I'm actually not. I could look. My range from about 14 to 20 is so close. Like, them teams are right there. Like, it is insane. I could see any of them being switched around. Honestly.
Yeah.
Legit. I mean, honestly, 14 down to damn 24, 23. I'm leading the Eagles at 24. But that could be moved around so much. Justin Fields is the starting quarterback for the Chicago Bears, and you moved him down. I am shocked by you. You have the Bengals over the Bears.
I don't know.
But Fields is starting.
It's tough. I mean, I think the Bears can overtake the Bengals here in a little bit, but definitely. You have to just look at the record. I think the Bears are 0-2, right?
They actually just beat the Bengals.
Oh, okay. Well, it's whatever.
It's whatever. Fields is in now.
I think the way I do it, it's not.
I know that, and I know that
have more of a shot to beat more teams than the Bears have a shot to beat other teams.
I understand how you do it, but and we agree on the bottom too.
My question is, how the heck do you have the Washington football team over Dallas?
I think the Washington football team is a better team overall.
They let up 30 to the Giants. Danny Jones.
I don't care. I think
Danny,
the
not
football team is just a
dimes.
better team. I think the football team is just a better team overall than the Cowboys. That is kind of how I see it.
Nah.
Oh, here we go. We have a little bit of a fantasy question. I can probably more take over than you. Yo, Allen Robinson or Marquise Brown in fantasy this week? Now, I would have to look at who they are both facing right now. I don't know.
Let me pull that up.
But regardless, right now, if I'm looking at them, not even as individual players, but the Baltimore Ravens are a lot more of a run team, whether that's with the running back or with Lamar Jackson. So Marquise Brown is not going to get a lot of targets. And Allen Robinson is now the rookie quarterback Justin Fields' number one target, no matter what. He is just their guy. So off the rip, I'd probably say Allen Robinson, but knowing who they're going to face,
it's
Chance,
the
do you have
Lions. It's the Lions.
The Bears are facing the Lions?
Yeah, take out.
Okay,
Robinson.
and who is the Raven? Who are the Ravens facing?
Broncos.
No, see, yeah, I would take Allen Robinson. The Bears could take an early lead and then run the ball later, but I see a lot more likely of the Bears keep on giving it to Allen Robinson, and Lamar Jackson's not going to give the ball to Marquise Brown that much. They are going to try and run all over the Broncos. Broncos are a good team, and they are not going to get any passing.
Their secondary is insane too.
Exactly. So I would 100% go with Allen Robinson, no question about it. Chance, you have anything else for the show?
No, I think I've touched base on all my points.
You think we're pretty good? I think we got everything in. Go Cowboy! Wow,
my God!
Go Eagles against the Cowboys. Beat Dallas. I want to say beat Cowboys, but I didn't. Wow, that was bad.
You said go Cowboys.
I did. That was the last thing I want to say. Go Birds! We need this Eagles win. We need to beat Dallas. Beat Dallas week is here. So many other shows going on DSM Media, so many big things coming up, a lot of good guests showing up on a lot of different shows. Make sure you keep on tuning in. I do believe I'm not sure, we might have another show on Saturday. I actually have the paper right here if we have a show on Saturday or not. We don't. We are the only show on Saturdays.
Only
show on Saturdays. Tomorrow morning, we do have Turf Talk at 10 a.m. before all the games. You got Scotty and Dylan over there going to have you some good insight on all the games. So make sure you tune in tomorrow morning for Turf Talk. But other than that, I think that's everything. Chance, another great show. Good job today. Go Birds.
Go Birds.
Let's go. Also, let's go Phillies.